Best companies these days are companies that are taking advantage of this change and making a profit out of it, a meaningful growth out of it.
Francesco, you recently presented some research at the Heroes Festival about failure. Can you please tell us a bit more in detail about this research paper you did?
Of course. At the Marathia event at the Heroes Festival, we presented a paper about failure and how the technological shift is affecting high-intensity intellectual capital companies like creative companies or education companies. And what we realized is that basically there are two major elements of affection, which are know-how, lack of know-how, as well as problematic related to governance, related to mindset. So in this specific case, what we realize is that failure is not important, it's not a good thing, as most of the trend says, like fail fast and fail often. Rather than fail brings in a lot of negativity, and in high intensity of intellectual capital companies, this is a loop for bad things. It's a loop for lack of innovation in the future, it's a loop of lack of creativity. So what we wanted to understand is what's after that. And we realized that these two major causes has been basically analyzed and measured within two other elements. The level of awareness within the company, as well as the affection in terms of magnitudo. And we understood between ranking all of them that we basically have two major possibilities of intervening and solving them out. If we're talking about the lack of know-how, it's possible to intervene with buying out specific know-how, specific knowledge. While if we talk about a specific lack of in the field of governance, so it's talking about more like attitudinal behavior or mindset behavior, the only possible intervention is related to some specific coaching services with the leader, with the people that can make the difference in the organization.
So society is changing and people believe we live in a VUCA world. Why is this?
VUCA World is the way we're calling the society we are now. Some people even call it Super VUCA World. VUCA stands for, and is an acronym that stands for 4 different elements. It's been invented by and applied by the US Army to explain a situation that is not specifically understandable. It's not easy to codify. VUCA stands for volatile, V stands for volatile, U stands for uncertain, C stands for complex, and A, the final A, stands for ambiguous. There are formulas that can be applied in order to operate and to learn from the acting in this specific context. So we are here basically to help entrepreneurs and people, managers, to achieve these solutions in this way.
So with all this changing and shift and evolution, what does it mean for the consumer?
Well, for the consumer, it means basically that there is, for the first time in life, a specific power. Why for? Because consumer can express themselves, and in the uber-connected society we're living, this means the possibility to share information and to share expertise, as well as to join forces to stand for something. This is happening already in the political world. We are seeing it as a cultural shift, and the business world needs to operate to understand and to take advantage of these major shifts. What we're seeing, for example, are 2 different cases where this is happening. Best companies these days are companies that are taking advantage of this change and making a profit out of it, a meaningful growth out of it. We talk about exponential organization when we see an organization that uses and leverages these things. 2 examples for these cases coming from very different industries. .com industry, Airbnb, who is basically using assets that belongs to their community in order to profit, to bring together the demand and the offer of apartments all over the world. Other industry, completely different environment. We're talking about a company called Brewdog, which is a brewery, Scottish brewery, basically achieving a growth and international expenditure by engaging their customers also with specific crowdfunding techniques. So basically they both take advantage of the people, engaging them bringing them being part of the product, being part of the service, being part of the meaningful communities. By designing this together with your audience, with your targets, you become relevant, and it's not just a relevancy for the people, for the market, but it's a relevancy with the market, which is the solution for success.
Well, thank you so much, Francesco Derchi, for joining us in the studio today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you too.
And thank you at home for watching. Don't forget to click back for more interviews like this. Goodbye for now.